All right, so if you've gotten yourself registered, we're going to show you how to bid. So like we mentioned, we switched over platforms to apro.bid from our last platform. But in searching out for a new platform, we tried to find one that was relatively similar to our old platform to make the transition for our bidders as easily as possible. So if I take you back to apro.bid and you've registered, so here I am logged in on my test account here. So this is the home page. Now, when we solicit with auctions, we're going to direct you, link you directly to our Chuck's auction page. But if you ever do find yourself back on this page and you want to find us again, you come here where it says any seller, and you're going to want to search for Lewis or James Lewis. That's the account name, Jim, my father, who we're under. So here's our Chuck's Auction April page. Our sales, if we have multiple sales going on, you'll see them all here. Here's our contact information. If you ever wanted to contact us through here, there's a little form you fill out. It'll link to us and send it to us. If you got any questions or issues with the platform, you need some help, just fill that out. You can go to our website, links you to chucksauction.com, or also links to our Facebook page. So, like I said, here's a list of sales that we have active right now, and we've only got this demo auction that we put up. And we encourage new bidders to this platform. Some of you may be familiar, some may not. We encourage you to play around in this timed auction. None of these items are for sale. They're items from past auctions that have sold. Just borrow the pictures and put them up just to create some dummy lots to play around with, so you can get a feel for how things go. You can what to expect when you do. So if you get into bidding in the middle of an actual auction, you're not surprised by anything that happens, especially if you join right near the close of an auction. So there's a couple things here on this first page that are interesting. You can add to your calendar if you use a Google Calendar or an Outlook calendar or your Apple Calendar. If you're interested, you don't want to forget something, this will download the little applet to add to your calendar, so it'll give you a notification. You won't forget when this auction is going to close. If you want to follow the sale, it'll shoot you an email. You enter your email here, it'll notify you when things are getting close to closing here. If we had any past sales, which right now we don't, you could see them there. Go back to current sales with this demo auction. I'm going to go in to the bid gallery. Again, the same information. Here's where a little summary of what the auction is. So like this one here is a test auction. Some of the other ones might tell you what types of items are in this auction. But just remember that none of these items are for sale. This is for demo only, just to mess around with. But this little summary would tell you what's in the contents of the auction, might tell you what pickup is, so on and so forth. So here's the bid gallery pictures. First, let's go through these things. There's dates and times. So this will tell you removal terms, where we're picking up. Sometimes we do on-site, sometimes we're doing from our auction gallery. This will tell you when and where. Inspection, also tell you what we're doing in regards to inspection. We do a lot of inspection by appointment only, which is easily to just contact us, and easy to find a mutual time between us and you, so you can come take a look at the things, so you're not buying sight unseen if you'd like. This page also tells you when bidding starts. So this demo auction went live at midnight, Sunday, October 17th, and the bidding will close Sunday, November 14th. Between 6 o'clock, that's when items start to close, and then we have the slow close of 4 items per minute. So at this auction, we'll end at 6:09. It will tell you when the individual items close as well. This button will tell you, we'll have an address, and it'll tell you where the items are located. This is probably more important for an on-site sale. This is our auction gallery here, but for on-site, you'd be able to see through a Google map where, you know, if it was in Avoca by the airport, it would have a little marker there that would tell you how to get there. Terms and conditions. The terms and conditions have not changed since our last platform. This is all the same information that was there prior, but you just might want to skim it through to make sure you're understanding of everything that we have here, so you know what you're getting into when you place a bid and register. There's categories tab. Things will probably be a little different on a normal sale, where we have all sorts of, you know, something for everybody, kind of all different categories: antiques, glassware, linens. You know, we'll have categories for each of that. So if you're only into hunting and fishing, you should find a tab for hunting and fishing. Right now, everything is just listed as antiques for a quick, even though they're not even antiques. But this is where you go if you wanted to find tools or hunting and fishing, and that's the only thing you want to look at for a quick summary. You'd click there, and it would pull up every little item that's categorized as that. Also, there's a My Favorites tab. Now, right now, it's telling me I don't have anything stored, but that will change when I walk you through how to bid. Close this. So there's two ways to view the items in the auction. You can view them in this grid view, which does 4 items in a row, or you can do a list view like this. No, just whatever your preference is. It's really same information. Back to the grid view. You can also individually go to an item where all the same information is here. There could be some additional information for certain lots that we may put in here that you might not get on the home page for the item, where it would tell you what the item number is, the item name, and then, you know, if it was some details about dimensions or something, that information might be under the lot details here. So you'll see that for this outdoor swing here, currently there's no bid on it. The minimum bid would be $3. Tells you the bidding ends Sunday, November 14th at 6 o'clock. So that tells you there's 28 days left in this item. Now that would be different if you came down here to item 15, where it'll tell you that that will close at 6:03 just because of the staggered close that we use. Again, you'll be able to see details here. So bidding is fairly similar to what you would be used to in the past. One other thing to show, there's also an items per page. Now, this demo auction has 40 lots, and this first page only shows 36 lots, as you can see, 1 to 36. Now, larger auctions, you know, our estate auctions usually have, you know, anywhere between 500 to 1,000 items. So if you want to make it a little easier for yourself, you can change over here to 100 items per page, and it just lengthens the page, and the more items you would be able to see per page. Now, the bid, again, fairly similar to what you would what you're used to. So the first thing it's going to have you do is you're going to agree to terms. You're always, for each individual auction, you agree to the terms of the auction. This is something that's going to require you to do. I'll show you here. If I try to place a quick bid here, it's going to tell me, please select the auction terms checkbox provided to indicate that you agree to the terms of this auction. So it will not allow you to place a bid until I do agree to terms. And it pops this up. It's the same terms and conditions that was on that tab that I showed you before. Same thing, you can just scroll through. Nobody reads the terms and conditions. We know everybody has their cell phone, and when you purchase something on Apple and whatnot, nobody reads the terms and conditions. But there is important information here, so you may want to skim it. But you're going to need to hit OK. As long as you have that clicked, then you should be able to do a quick bid. And it's going to come up, it's going to be, are you sure you want to place a $3 bid on this item? I do. So I'm going to click yes. Now it's telling me that's great, because I am now a $3 bid. Now, if you want to bid again, or if somebody comes along, say I'm bidder number 2 comes along and wants to bid on item 1, there's a quick bid. Now these quick bids change based on our increment schedule. It's the same thing as the last time. Usually it's, I think it's about 50 cents up until about $10, and then $1 up to about 25 or 30, so on and so forth. $2 up to 100, so on and so forth. Say I was bidder number 2, the quick bid just goes by whatever the next increment is in our increment schedule. So if that bidder number 2 came in and did $3.50, so bidder number 1 got outbid. Again, quick bid for if I wanted item number 2, quick bid of $3, I'm going to say yes. Now it's telling me I'm the high bidder. There's also the option, like our last platform, to enter what's your maximum bid, where the software will bid for you. Now it's only going to take originally what the next required bid is. So for item number 3, if I'm really interested, no, let's go item number 4. I'm not sure I want that clown. Let's go. I need a dining room set. This little kitchenette set here. So there's 4 chairs, table, looks great. I really want this. I don't want to miss out on it. Right now, it doesn't have any bids on it, but the minimum bid I'd have to place is 3. So rather than placing a quick bid, I want to make sure I want to get this. So I'm going to come in and say, well, hopefully I can only spend $50 on this. So I'm going to type in 50 into this max bid. And I'm going to hit submit bid. And it's going to say, are you sure you want to place this bid? And yes, I do. I really like that. So now it's telling me that I am the high bidder. Great. So right now, current bid of $3 and my max bid of 50. Bid increment of 50 cents still. So it only took the minimum required. So if somebody came along and did a quick bid of $3.50, they would get outbid because the software would then bid me up to $4. And it would continue to bid me at the minimum increment until somebody outbid my $50. Now you'll see that I did have a max bid of $50, and I changed my mind and did a quick bid of $3.50. So that's what it put me in at. But I'm going to do it again, $50, submit, and it increased my max bid. So you do have the option to increase your max bid here if you so desire. So if somebody comes along and keeps bidding, and gets you up to $40, it's going to just take whatever out of your $50 that it's going to require to keep you in the game for this kitchenette set. Until somebody then bids up to $51. At that point, you would get outbid, and you would get a notification that you were outbid. And if you so desired to come back in and rebid more, like I really need that kitchenette set, it's one I've been looking for a while, and I wanted it to do 100. I bumped it up to $100, and it would put me back in the game, and it would just keep bidding for me until I was outbid or until the auction ended. So like I said, software is relatively similar. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but if anybody ever has any questions, you can feel free to reach out to us. Trying to make this transition as seamless as possible. And one other thing I realized I forgot here, the My Favorites tab. So we have a Favorites tab where if either you're interested in something or anything that you bid on is added to your Favorites tab. So if you're not interested in scrolling through the 900 lots, you can curate your own list of things that you're interested in and want to keep an eye on. So these are the 3 items that you just watched me place a bid on. Those were added to my Favorites tab. Now say there's an item further down the auction that I'm interested in, but I'm not totally sure I want to bid on just yet. Here, this necklace. I'm not sure. My wife may want it, but I'm not totally sure. So rather than bid on it, I'm just going to hit save. And what that star is going to throw it up here into my Favorites tab. Favorites tab is nice, especially for auctions where we have a lot of lots. You can curate things you're really interested in. If you're only interested in a couple things, it keeps you from having to scroll through pages. Another way to do that would also be the categories when an auction is set up with some more categories for you to click through if you've only got specific interests. So, appreciate you giving this a watch. And like I said, if anybody ever has any questions, feel free to either send us an email, you give us a call, or or through our APRO page, you can send us this little form here. All right. Thanks for everybody's time.